Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we are going to do a comparison of two mid-range phones, the Moto G 3rd generation or the Moto G 2015 with the Lumia 640XL. Although these two devices are in the same price category, almost a 13 to 14k price point, they have a lot of differences in terms of the specs, their features, their OS, and a lot of aspects they do vary. So we'll do a detailed comparison on these two phones. So first step, let's see the quick specs. So the Moto G 3rd generation is powered by 5-inch HD display, powered by Snapdragon 410 quad-core chipset with 2GB RAM and 16GB internal storage. There is a 13 megapixel rear camera, 5 megapixel front camera, and a 2470 mAh battery, along with Android 5.1.1 Lollipop. Now talking about the Lumia 640XL, this has a 5.7-inch massive HD display. It's powered by the Snapdragon 400 quad-core chipset with 1GB RAM and 8GB internal storage. There is 13 megapixel rear camera, front-facing 5 megapixel camera, Windows Phone 8.1, and a 3000 mAh battery. So that was the spec aspect of these two phones. So now let's go into the detailed aspects. First step, let's see the design and build quality. So design wise, these two devices are totally different in terms of the design aspects. While the Moto G has a curved rear panel with a textured finish, it is pretty heavy and it's pretty thick as well. So but then the Lumia 640 is a pretty massive phablet. It's pretty big, huge size. It has a flat rear panel with a matte finish, and again it's pretty heavy device as well. So both devices are totally different in terms of design. Now talking about the build quality, you can see both these devices are really good in terms of the build quality. We can't really choose a device here because the Moto G has a matte finish and a pattern finish on the rear panel. This has a smooth matte finish and looks pretty good overall. So both these devices have excellent build quality, and design wise it's a personal choice whether you want a bigger device which is 5.7-inch in case of the Lumia 640XL or the 5-inch in case of the Moto G 3rd generation. Now talking about the displays, both these devices have HD display, that's a 1280 by 720p display, and the pixel resolution is higher on the Moto G because it has a 5-inch display compared to the 5.7-inch on the Lumia 640XL. Now but the difference here is that the display on the Moto G is not really vibrant and colorful. It's kind of a warm display and not the best displays around in this price point. The viewing angles are pretty decent, and also the touch response is pretty decent. Now talking about the display on the 640XL, even though this has a bigger display and pixels per inch is lower than the Moto G, the display is pretty vibrant and colorful, and there is also clear black technology from Lumia, which makes the display slightly superior to the Moto G. And also display colors look pretty vivid, and we would say the display on the 640XL is slightly better than what we saw on the Moto G 3rd generation. Now moving on to the software and performance. So this is one area we can't really do a direct comparison. One is Android, one is Windows Phone. So if you have a personal choice on whether you want an Android or Windows Phone, you can straight away decide on which phone is a better choice here. But if you're looking for apps and other stuff on your on a phone, we would say the Android 5.1 powered Moto G is a better choice here because the app ecosystem is much better on the Android. Now talking about the performance, both these devices are really good performance, even though the Lumia 640XL has only 1GB RAM compared to the 2GB on the Moto G3. The performance on the Lumia 640XL is also very good, no lag or issues, and with Windows Phone 8.1, Microsoft is bridging the gap between Android and Windows Phone, and does feature a lot of apps as well. Now talking about the Moto G, this comes with a stock Android experience, and if you love stock Android experience without much customization, the Moto G3 is a good buy. Now the performance is pretty similar on both these devices, very good performance. Now the advantage with the Moto G3 is that it does come with 4G LTE support. It has 16GB internal storage when compared to 8GB on the Lumia 640XL. But the Lumia 640XL has an advantage that you can install apps on the SD card, which is not possible on the Moto G3, even though you can move apps to the SD card once you have installed that. Now there is also IPX7 certification on the Moto G3, which means you can use it in rain and even underwater for almost 30 minutes and 1 meter depth. So that's an added feature in Moto G3. So all in all, the software and performance side, we would say the Moto G3 has an edge because of its LTE abilities. 4G LTE capabilities and also IPX7 certification, along with 16GB internal storage and 2GB RAM. Now talking about camera, both these devices have 13 megapixel rear camera and 5 megapixel front facing camera. While there is a big improvement in the camera on the Moto G, which was initially 8 megapixel, now it's increased to 13 megapixel. The interface is largely unchanged. It's pretty simple interface, not much of options, nor you have control over the exposure and other options. But on Lumia camera you have a lot of additional options. You have control over exposure, ISO, and even you can focus it manually. So these are the added features on the Lumia camera. So interface wise, obviously the Lumia 640XL has a better camera. Now talking about the camera quality, both these devices have pretty good camera, and we can't really choose a winner here. Both these does perform pretty well, and the clarity on both these devices is equally good, and we can't really choose one winner here. And the front facing camera also is pretty good. Now the advantage is that you have HDR in front camera on the Moto G3, so there is a slight edge for a Moto G in terms of the front facing camera. The video recording is again pretty good on both these devices. Both have full HD video recording capabilities, and both are pretty good in terms of the camera quality. So that is the camera aspect of these two smartphones. So overall both these devices are performing cameras in this price point. Now talking about the battery life, here there is a big difference in battery life. The Moto G3 has a 2470 mAh battery, which does give pretty good performance. You can get 1 day of usage easily with this battery. Now the battery on the Lumia 640XL is 3000 mAh, and you can easily get 1.5 day of usage with casual usage. So the battery performance is very good on the Lumia 640XL when compared to the Moto G3. Obviously because it has a bigger battery capacity, and the performance is pretty good as well. So we have compared a design, build quality, display, software performance, and also the battery life along with the camera aspect. So which is the better device to buy here? The Moto G third generation is priced 12,999 for the 2GB RAM variant. Now the Lumia 640XL is slightly expensive than the Moto G3, and right now it sells for around 14k. So additionally there is a 1k price difference. So for that price difference, so what do you get additionally on the Lumia 640XL? You get a better battery. It's a huge battery and slightly better display. The display black technology on the Lumia 640XL is slightly better than the Moto G3. Now for Moto G3 you have the advantage that it has IPX7 certification, there is 4G LTE, there is 16GB internal storage, and also the app ecosystem on Android is much better than what we see on the Windows Phone. So that was a detailed comparison of these two devices. So hope you like this video. Don't forget to hit the like button and also subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.